Oh, Wakefield. You might very well be our 100th contest champion winner. But we're not there yet. We haven't reached the triple digits. We haven't reached the magic 100 yet because, believe it or not, we are now at 96, I believe. I think this is now the 96th one to leave, although he's gone independent. But we'll get on to the stuff that leads me to believe he might be quitting on that. I don't know. We'll find out, I suppose, in the fullness of time. But you know, if rumors are to be believed, in Wakefield, the infighting has started. And oh boy, again, if the rumors are true, we might be seeing a mass resignation. Like, and maybe not all of them, but a couple. We might see a couple go. And that's when things could get fun in Wakefield. So, if you're a Wakefield resident, if you're in that area, you might not have to, shall we say, suffer this reform council for long, depending, of course, on how true these rumors bear out. But like I say, they are rumors. As always, I'm taking them with a pinch of salt. But, however, we are, of course, talking about our new 96th councillor to now quit Reform UK, less than, of course, 2 months into his role. He's apparently handed back all his council laptop and paraphernalia and etc. So that leads me to believe he is quitting full-time as a councillor. And, of course, we will see where this leads in the fullness of time. But Wakefield, you've suddenly become top of the list if you were betting on where the 100th, councillor is going to quit. I would not, shall we say, question your judgment for labelling Wakefield as where it could happen, where the 100th one could appear from. So, as always, let's go cracking on into this. So, second, of course, Reform councillor quits in less than 2 months. So, a second Reform councillor in Wakefield has now quit less than 2 months after the party gained control of the local authority. And bear in mind, like this month and next month, I think we could see a lot of resignations purely because of the fact that these individuals who, ran for this, well, they were paper candidates. They were told this job was easy. They were told they just have to sit in a meeting, etc., and take some money for it. No, turns out there's a heck of a lot more to being a councillor than that. So the Wakefield, of course, council spokesperson has said that the council has been informed that Steve Lewis has now resigned, but would continue to serve as an independent member for the Normanton ward. We'll see how long that lasts. Again, there's people saying that, people saying online, he has, again, handed in his, shall we say, council laptop, etc., which leads me to think he might not, shall we say, be a councillor, for any independent councillor, much longer. So Reform, of course, took control of the authority from Labour after winning 58 out of the 63 seats following the May elections. Labour was just left with only one councillor after losing control of the authority for the first time since it was established back in 1974. Councillor Lewis was, of course, to serve a 2-year term after receiving now the second highest number of votes in Normanton. Wakefield Council spokesman said, "We've now been informed, of course, that the Councillor Steve Lewis has resigned from Reform UK and is now sitting as an independent councillor. Councillor Steve Lewis and Reform UK have been contacted for comment." The announcement, of course, does come 2 weeks after Royce Carr, again, we talked about him, left, of course, the Reform to represent his ward as an independent. In a social media post at the time, Councillor Carr said, "I've made the decision now to leave the Reform Party as it is no longer the right fit for me. It has now become clear that local issues are not being prioritised and that is simply not what I stood for before I was elected." But of course, did apparently leave, as there is should we say, the standards committee already maybe looking at him. In response, of course, Reform Wakefield councillor spokesperson said, "Councillor Carr decided to leave the party before the outcome now of an ongoing internal investigation into allegations in and around his conduct. We'd like to, of course, reassure the residents of Ackworth that, of course, they can, of course, continue to rely on their other reform councillors. We'll see what happens, but this guy was like posting about how he was into like Christian vibrations and like making sure that Wakefield was going to vibrate on the right frequency. So yeah, we'll see. What was the reason he left? I'm sure, as always, we'll find out in the fullness of time. But again, there are rumors it is all to do with infighting. And apparently it has not stopped, it has only escalated. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, of course, continuing Wakefield. But yeah, Wakefield, again, if the rumors are to be believed, there might be more to come, shall we say, in the coming days or weeks. So fun times on that one for sure. So as always, let me know, of course, if you are a Wakefieldian, let me know, of course, what you think in the comments about this down below. And of course, as always, if we do get any more information as to the reason why he quit, we will, of course, follow up on that. But as always, we are now at 96. So, 4 more to go. 4 more to go before we reach triple digits. And I think, honestly, given the rate at which they lose councillors, it will be very, very likely, probably within the next, I think, within at least maybe by the end of this month, maybe by the start of the next. Who knows? We shall see. So until then, of course, as always, we'll see you all next time.